pleasant good afternoon and welcome to News Hour. I am Aminata Fofana. Coming up in this edition of the news, ECOWAS leaders call for renewed unity, democratic governance and deeper regional integration. Deputy Inspector General of Police commissions new blood bank and dental clinic at Police Hospital. And Ministry of Employment summons Malado Travel Agency on allegation of recruitment of 28 sale unions in Qatar. Now those stories and more in the next 1 hour. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now, many people are from at the recent loss of lives to container accidents in the city. At the Hillside Bypass Road by Gaza area, a 20-foot container capsized, causing traffic jam in the early hours of Wednesday, June 17. Cynthia Kamara captured the scene in our report.
Residents around the new road bypass Gaza Junction confirmed that they heard a loud sound at around 5 a.m. on Tuesday, 17th June. When they rushed to the scene, they saw that a container had fallen off the truck that was carrying it. When I witnessed the scene, I noticed the container did not have a twist lock, and even the chain that was used as alternative appears not to be strong enough to hold the container. This caused the front tire of the vehicle to suspend while the container rolled off the truck to the ground. Some say it was better the incident happened at night, as it would have been more disastrous if it had happened during the day. They registered their frustration on the persistent container accident while describing it as negligence in the part of the authorities concerned.
Almost for longest involved, almost for longest dead. And this one here, this area where the driver will take his time.
The lives of citizens are at risk. We want the authorities at Waterkey to ensure every container is well screwed before leaving the quay.
The chain no good. The chain are just small chain in just here. From Waterkey they cannot properly pay come up. They cannot check and pay come up. Now just come on now.
Though no lives were lost, it was a clarion call to authorities concerned to do the needful in order to prevent such from reoccurring in the near future. For SABC News, Cynthia Kama reporting.
Commercial Bank has officially taken over Union Trust Bank. According to the Governor of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ibrahim Stevens, the resolution came into effect on late 16th June 2026 after a thorough forensic review of an independent institution coupled with violations of certain provision of the Banking Act of 2019. It was also said that the UTB was unable to meet its staff's financial obligations, among many other factors. Therefore, the Union Trust Bank ceases to exist as a licensed institution in the banking system. Here's an excerpt of a statement.
The transfer of the transfer business, that's UTB, was successfully completed yesterday, 16th of June 2026. So as of midnight tonight, UTB ceases to exist as a licensed financial institution in Sierra Leone. What is the legal basis of the resolution? The Bank of Sierra Leone has acted in accordance with the Banking Act 2019, including and specifically with respect to Section 69(3)(c) relating to insolvency, Section 69(3)(e) relating to unstable and unsound operations with no reasonable prospects of recovery, Section 69(3)(g) relating to failure to comply with supervisory directives, and Section 68(2), which mandates the Bank of Sierra Leone to protect depositors and preserve financial system stability. The Bank of Sierra Leone and the government of Sierra Leone have given careful consideration to the welfare of UTB staff throughout the resolution process. Given that UTB does not have the financial capacity to meet its obligation to staff, and this is important, go and look at the balance sheet of UTB. They don't have the wherewithal to meet the financial obligations they have to their staff. The government of Sierra Leone has agreed to fund the payment of end-of-service benefits to all UTB employees. This decision was made in the interest of social stability and to ensure that the affected staff are treated fairly and with dignity. All staff of UTB will be transferred to Okel Commercial Bank as part of the transition arrangement.
That was the Bank Governor, Bank of Sierra Leone, Ibrahim Stevens, ending that statement there. Ministry of Employment, Labour and Social Security has summoned Malado Travel Agency on allegation of taking Sierra Leoneans to Qatar in the name of seeking employment for them. In a statement from the ministry, it views this concern with utmost seriousness for the safety of Sierra Leoneans already taken to Qatar. Yusuf Musiri reports.
In a public notice dated 16th June 2026, the ministry cautioned and summoned the Malado Travel Agency over the legality of recruitment for 28 Sierra Leoneans under the pretext of securing employment opportunities for them in Qatar. According to the ministry, they will treat it with utmost seriousness because such has the tendency to expose vulnerable Sierra Leoneans to high risks relating to their safety, legal status, and financial security. The ministry further noted that such actions constitute a direct breach of the ethical recruitment standards governing private employment agencies in the country. According to the ministry, on the 3rd June 2026, it summoned the agency and granted it 5 working days to remedy the situation by submitting authenticated employment contracts for each of the 28 Sierra Leoneans already transported to Qatar. However, according to the ministry, the 5 working day ultimatum has expired without compliance. The ministry has therefore instructed the agency to immediately repatriate the 28 Sierra Leoneans concerned or risk the suspension or revocation of their license. The ministry says it is in close communication to ensure that the rights, welfare, and protection of the affected migrants are safeguarded. It further said it remains committed to promoting safe, orderly, regular, and dignified labor migration for Sierra Leoneans seeking employment opportunities abroad. In recent time, the ministry said it has observed through international media reports that certain agencies and individuals are recruiting Sierra Leoneans for overseas employment to Russia and other conflict-affected zones around the world. In the public notice, the ministry stated that the government of Sierra Leone strongly disapproves of any attempt to facilitate the migration of Sierra Leonean citizens for employment, particularly within defense and security sector, through unauthorized programs that place their lives and well-being at risk. Failure to comply will result in appropriate legal and regulatory action being instituted. At the time of filing this report, there has been no official statement from the Malado Travel Agency. Yusuf Mosire Suma, SABC News, Freetown.
Across Sierra Leone's political landscape, tributes continue to pour in following the death of All People's Congress National Chairman Honorable Alhaji Minkailu Mansari. For decades, Mansari remained a prominent figure in national politics, serving as Member of Parliament, Minister of Labour and Social Security, Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, and later National Chairman of the APC. Beyond politics, family members, friends, and supporters remember him as a devoted husband, father, mentor, and community leader. Cecilia Alisise reports from the late politician's residence.
The atmosphere here at the residence of late Honorable Alhaji Minkailu Mansari is one of grief, reflection, and remembrance. Family members, political associates, friends, and supporters have been visiting throughout the day to pay their respect
to a man whose political journey spanned more than 2 decades and left a lasting mark in Sierra Leone's governance and democratic process. Born in Tonkolili district and raised in Freetown, Alhaji Minkailu Mansare built his early career in the insurance sector, working with the Sierra Leone National Insurance Company before entering active politics and even in the then SLBS. He was a graduate of Wabe College and became a respected figure within the All People's Congress Party. His rise through the APC ranks was steady and remarkable, from youth activism within the party to becoming a member of parliament between 2002 to 2007. Mansare established himself as one of the party's most influential voices. Following the APC's victory in 2007, he was appointed Minister of Labour and Social Security, where he served until 2010 before taking up the position of Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. In that role, he oversaw key reforms aimed at strengthening governance in the mining sector and promoting responsible resource management. Throughout his years in public service, colleagues often described him as calm, approachable, and deeply committed to national development.
He was very clear in his leadership. He was not somebody that was hypocritical about his leadership or his direction. And he led with integrity, he led with credibility, and also he provided that mentorship and clear directive as to where he really wanted us and where he would want to see the party in the future. He was that clear, direct leader, one that groomed so many young people, one that reached out across the aisle, and also made us understand that the ideologies of the party were important, but more so the unity and the development of the state was much more important than anything else.
At home, he was equally devoted to family life, married to Mabinti Mansare, popularly known as Auntie K, with 6 children, 2 sons and 4 daughters, and a large extended family. Relatives say, despite the demands of public office, he remained actively involved in family matters and maintained close relationships with those around him.
He's a father figure, a very dedicated man, a very humble man, and a man for the people. He's a man of a high caliber. He's a man who is soft-spoken. He's a man who loves people, and he's a man who has given a service to this nation.
He taught me as a child, his own son. He paid my school and my college fees, everything about me.
Within the APC, Mansare continued rising through the ranks, serving as Deputy National Chairman before eventually becoming National Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the party.
When the APC was at the brink of collapse, he showed leadership, especially running up to 2023. History will remember Minkailu Mansare for being one patriotic. He's a patriot. Even though he was reprimanded, he was attacked, for him to have staged a violent demonstration against the incumbent government for the elections that were rigged, he did not. Instead, he negotiated until we had been to Mani Agreement for National Unity and later the tripartite recommendations.
Even political opponents acknowledged his contributions to national dialogue, democratic governance, and party organization. Following news of his passing, tributes emerged from across political divide, including President Julius Maada Bio, Vice President Julde Jallow, and the First Lady Fatima Bio, describing him as a dedicated public servant whose impact would be remembered for years to come. Now, Sierra Leone prepares to bid farewell to one of its veteran political figures. Many say his legacy will endure through the institutions he served, the people he mentored, and the countless lives he touched.
As more
Mourners continue to gather here. Tributes are pouring in from across Sierra Leone and beyond. From cousins, colleagues, and family members, Alhaji Minkailo Mansare leaves behind more than political accomplishments. He leaves behind a legacy built on public service, party leadership, and a dedication to national development. His voice may now be silenced, but the impact of his life and work will continue to resonate in Sierra Leone's political landscape for years to come. Reporting for SLB News, I am Cecilia Alice Sisse.
As part of ongoing effort to strengthen the enforcement of decisions of the court across ECOWAS member states, the Community Courts of Justice ECOWAS has convened its second meeting of competent national authorities CNAs in the Republic of Benin. The three-day meeting under the theme From Commitment to Framework, operationalizing a collaborative architecture for the enforcement of ECOWAS court judgments, brings together designated competent national authorities from ECOWAS member states, representatives of the ECOWAS Commission, the ECOWAS Parliament, legal experts, and senior officials of the courts. It also saw an assessment of annual enforcement reports submitted by member states, discussion on common challenges affecting compliance, particularly in human rights cases, and identity practical solutions to improve enforcement of judgments. The engagements did not only deepen collaboration among the courts, competent national authorities, the ECOWAS Commission, and the parliaments to establish a more robust and coordinated compliance mechanism, but also formalized a structured CNA forum for cooperation, peer learning, information sharing, and mutual accountability among national enforcement authorities. The meeting continued with a clear mandate encouraging member states who have yet to designate their competent national authorities to do so to ensure full operationalization of the regional enforcement framework. Now, the Ministry of Internal Affairs has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone. The initiative aims at strengthening peace, safety, and security across the country. The agreement establishes a cooperative framework to prevent lawlessness, violence, and drug abuse nationwide. Aminata Saisi witnessed ceremony at International Affairs Headquarters in Freetown and compiled this report.
The signing ceremony was witnessed by key security stakeholders, including the Sierra Leone Police and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, underscoring a unified national effort towards maintaining stability. As part of the initiative, religious leaders have been encouraged to use their various platforms to disseminate information that promotes peace, safety, and security, while discouraging violence, crime, and drug-related activities within their communities. Some of the key objectives highlighted during the event included fostering peace at community level, with religious leaders recognized as vital actors in influencing positive social behavior and promoting harmony. The Minister of Internal Affairs, Mori Lengo, said the Interreligious Council was crucial in achieving national security goals. He said addressing societal challenges greatly depends on the active involvement of religious institutions.
Sometimes even in our communities, when certain things happen, when people do not seem to have answers to those problems, they say, let me go to a priest, or let me go to a imam, because they know they will find solution and solace. And we did that. And we saw the results. When you came in, the churches, the mosques, they took on the fight morally and spiritually. And today we say, thank God, Alhamdulillah.
The Vice President, Interreligious Council, Alhaji Sise reaffirmed the Council's commitment to advocacy, particularly in disseminating critical security information to help foster peace and national cohesion.
Really delved into the document proper. And I can say that the intentions of this document are well grounded, and we should only look forward to success. In Islam, the value of our actions are based on the intentions. So I pray that the good intentions of this document will reflect and manifest in the successful implementation.
The Inspector General of Police, William Fayaselu, described the occasion as a milestone for the security sector, as religious bodies have played a vital role of peace building and reconciliation in Sierra Leone. Meanwhile, the Director of Operations at the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Ibrahim Kabo, said the Interreligious Council has been an integral stakeholder in the development, validation, and implementation of strategies to combat drug abuse. It described the involvement as highly impactful. The partnership marked a renewed commitment among governments, religious institutions, and security agencies to work collaboratively in safeguarding peace and promoting national development. SABC News are in Freetown. Aminata Saise reporting.
Nyapui Secondary School for Excellence, known as the first female science secondary school in Kenema, is now at the center of growing fear and uncertainty following repeated fire outbreaks that continue to disrupt school activities and threaten infrastructure. Emmanuel Williams reports.
The latest fire incident reportedly occurred at about 1:35 a.m., completely destroying a major classroom, including examination office, staff room, and ICT lab. School authorities say the fire started in a single classroom before spreading rapidly, a pattern similar to previous incidents. Despite the extensive damage, the principal confirmed that all the pupils are safe and have been sent home as a safety measure following an emergency meeting with stakeholders. The situation has sparked mixed reaction within the community. While some residents suspect possible involvement of pupils, others are calling for a full-scale investigation into the cause of the repeated fire. In a surprising moment, according to the principal, one pupil claimed she had dreamt about the school being burnt to ashes before the incident occurred. The destruction of key facilities, especially the ICT lab and examination office, posed a serious setback for school activities, particularly for examination classes. Authorities say consultations are ongoing to determine the way forward, while parents have been asked to take their children home until further notice. With 4 fire incidents recorded in just 5 months, concerns are mounting over safety, security, and the future of the prestigious school. Many are now calling for urgent government intervention to protect lives and restore learning conditions. For SABC News, Emmanuel Williams reporting.
Have you ever imagined a school would support another school with renovation, furniture, and other things? The International Secondary School Limited has demonstrated that kind gesture. This time, it's constructed a mini culvert and refurbished 2 classrooms for the Church of Christ Primary School in Tengbe Town. Emmanuel Williams again.
School Limited, the proprietor or proprietor.
The handing over of 2 dustbins, Veronica Bucket, to the Church of Christ Primary School in Tengbe Town was to promote sanitation. International Secondary School Limited renovated 2 classrooms and refurnished them with furniture. Before now, the classrooms were in a very bad shape and learning was very uncomfortable for the school children. To ensure the safety of the pupils, the benefactor constructed a slab on the drainage in the school compound, as its previous state pose a serious threat to well-being of the children. The gesture by the International Secondary School Limited brought smiles on the faces of not only the pupils but the school administrators as well.
School in this community, Tengbe Town. Pray that you always remember us, because the children are attending this school, they are vulnerable children. Some of them, they brought them from the provinces. to come and attend this school. So really we appreciate what you have done. May God bless you.
The International Secondary School Limited said they undertook such venture to show kindness to other learning institutions which are not financially strong.
Our school, we are commemorating to give a helping hand and donating the tables and chairs to this school.
It was not the first time the International Secondary School had helped government-assisted and community primary schools with learning materials and strengthening their infrastructure. For LCBC News, Emmanuel Williams reporting.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and transnational organized crime units have destroyed illicit drugs like tramadol, cocaine, and marijuana, among others. The Executive Director, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA), Andrew Kaikai, said the illegal substance worth over 1.5 million United States dollars. Our reporter Abdul Mansari witnessed the burning of the drugs at Toku headquarters in Freetown and compiled this report.
The exercise drew a wide range of drug enforcement bodies to destroy a very large scale of illicit drugs. The executive director of NDNEA, Andrew Kaikai, announced that a total of $1,525,000 of narcotics, including marijuana and cocaine, was destroyed. He emphasized the importance of such exercise and building public confidence in the justice system.
The tramadol, tapedol alone, what will they destroy today? Now, a street market value of 1.5 million United States dollars. When you mix that with the cocaine, now a total today of 1,525,000 United States dollars. Now they destroy today. That don't mix the jabba, the winnow again, you get some ecstasy now.
Head of Toku, Michael Aga, said collaboration was crucial in the seize and destruction of these illicit substances. He expressed gratitude to the Sierra Leone police and various partners for their unwavering support in the fight against drug abuse and trafficking.
The fight against drug trafficking cannot be won by law enforcement alone. It required assistance, participation of communities, family, educational institutions, religious organizations, civil society, and every responsible citizen.
Senior Technical Advisor to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Amadou Mana, reported that there has been an increase in arrests recently because of the coordination in the security sector. Director of Serious Organized Crime, Sir Mosiri, addressed ongoing efforts to intercept containers suspected of carrying drugs. Mosiri said that measures were being implemented to prevent the possessing of these containers. He also condemned institutions involved in drug trafficking. Despite efforts put to destroy those drugs, there were people who tried to frustrate the process by breaking Toku fence to retrieve the drugs while burning. However, police officers were working on strategic security measures. SLBC News, Abdul Mansari reporting.
You're watching News Hour live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation from our New Englandville studio. We continue with more stories. A team from OIC COSTECH in Pakistan has begun a training session for health workers and administrators on maternal and newborn care services. It was also geared to building their capacity on how to manage high-risk factors leading to maternal death and stillbirth. Yusuf Moussi Suma witnessed the event at the Princess Christian Maternity Hospital in Freetown.
The training targeted health workers and administrators of the Princess Christian Maternity Hospital in Freetown. Key areas the training focused on: how to manage childbirth-related emergencies. The team also looked at timely intervention and early detection of signs of high-risk factors on maternal death and stillbirth. The Deputy Minister of Health 1, Dr. Charles Senesi, expressed excitement and thanked the trainers from OIC Comstech for their intervention. He said such move was to complement the effort of the ministry in strengthening the health sector.
It's going to be added value because as a minister of health, we look at holistic response to the health delivery system. We call it the life cycle model, and we are happy they are going to home in on the key areas of our life, our flagship program, maternal health and newborn care. That's very critical for us, for most of us who come here and most unexpected time. I'm very passionate about maternal and child health.
Head of delegation from Pakistan, Professor Dr. Said Hassan Allah, said the death rate of maternal death in the Asia and African continent is alarming, and it signals there are gaps in the fight against maternal mortality.
Signals in the third world, especially in Asia and Africa, these women are dying because of the problems or emergency problems that we do not, unfortunately, we are not providing them for any reason. Either loss, we do not have the logistics, we do not have the medicine, these women do not able to come to our hospitals, or we do not have the expertise, we do not have the workforce, we don't have the capacity building.
Medical Superintendent of the Princess Christian Maternity Hospital, Dr. Amadou Cissé, described the training as timely as the country gears towards fighting maternal death in Sierra Leone. He said cases of maternal death has reduced drastically at the Princess Christian Maternity Hospital.
CMH has actually made significant progress in terms of reducing maternal death and improving on maternal and newborn health outcomes. For example, between 2024 and 2025, we saw a drastic reduction in the numbers of maternal deaths in the hospital. It reduced from 84 deaths in 2024 to just 64 deaths in 2025. That is about 22%. And it's something that we are happy about. Even though we don't want to see any woman die, we aim for zero, but I think we are on the right track to achieve that goal of ensuring that no woman dies of preventable causes when they come to our facility for childbearing.
He called on trainees to execute maternity care professionally and encourage pregnant women in communities to visit health facilities frequently. One of the participants, Dr. Antonius Bao, lauded the team for the training and said it will help them greatly in their daily work. SLBC News, Yusuf Mosire Suma, Freetown.
Now, the ambassador designates of Saudi Arabia to Sierra Leone, Saud Musa Adu Musaid, has handed over tons of date fruits to the people of Sierra Leone through the Ministry of Social Welfare. The venture was part of Sierra Leone's healthy bilateral ties with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Mohamed Kruma has the details.
The relationship between Sierra Leone and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia continues to flourish as both countries enjoy steady and progressive bilateral ties, to the extent that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has established a full-time embassy in Sierra Leone. The ambassador-designate of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Sierra Leone, Saud Musa Abu Musaid, through King Salman Humanitarian Aid, did a symbolic handing over of tons of date to the people of Sierra Leone. He used the occasion to recognize the relationship between the two countries, adding that the gesture reflects the kingdom's commitment to humanitarian support.
I would like to express our appreciation to High Excellency Dr. Ghali Ismail Al-Bayoum, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, for his continued efforts to strengthen this excellent relation between our brotherly countries. This gift is a part of the Kingdom effort to support communities in need and promote this value of solidarity, cooperation, and mutual support.
Receiving the consignment, the Minister of Social Welfare, Melrose Kaminti, appreciated the ambassador and the people of Saudi Arabia for the gift and the establishment of a Saudi embassy in Sierra Leone. She recognized the mutual ties between the two countries.
The cooperation and the long-standing relationship Saudi Arabia and our country have enjoyed. We have enjoyed the meets, the dates, donation that have been coming, and I was just saying to Ambassador, the people of Sierra Leone, they do appreciate this. In fact, they look forward for it every year. My office is inundated with calls all the time. When are we getting this?
Sierra Leone and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia maintain strong diplomatic, religious and economic ties characterized by mutual aid, defense cooperation and Islamic solidarity. For SLBC, Mohamed Kourouma reporting.
The Nigerian embassy in Sierra Leone has welcomed its new ambassador, Ayo Luther Ogumude. The event marks a new chapter in the long-standing diplomatic ties between Sierra Leone and Nigeria. In sharing deep historical, cultural, economic and political landscape, Abdul Mansari has more details.
The gathering was filled with excitement and appreciation from the Nigerian community as they received Ambassador Ayo Luther Ogumude. The sound of drums and traditional songs filled the atmosphere, expressing love for the commissioner. Ambassador Ayo Luther Ogumude acknowledged the warm reception from the Nigerian community and underscored the importance of unity in maintaining and enhancing the long-standing relations between Nigeria and Sierra Leone. She called Nigerians in Sierra Leone to work together towards fostering goodwill and mutual respect, emphasizing the strong diplomatic ties are built on cooperation and understanding.
And it's a country I'm happy that I'm able to come to represent Nigeria. So, and with your support, I cannot do it all alone. We need your support. We need your expertise. We need your knowledge. You know, having been here, I mean, you are institutional memories. You have them. So I will be looking forward to working more closely with you.
The Charge d'Affaires Nigeria High Commission, Ambassador Anthony John Ibipado, shared insights during his tenure, highlighting significant achievements. He noted the establishment of the major trade fair as a milestone event that showcased Nigerians' commitment to fostering economic ties with Sierra Leone.
She is just coming in. She's going to study the environment. There are a few issues on ground. For example, the ID card issues, which I know that she's going to be confronted with. And there are some issues with Nigerian entrepreneurs. She's going to face all those issues. But I know those issues are not insurmountable. She's going to make sure that she tries all of them.
Past President, Nigerian community in Sierra Leone, Architect Abel Onumake, welcomed the ambassador with heartfelt remarks. Architect Abel, who has lived in Sierra Leone for 37 years, highlighted the significance of having a full-fledged ambassador after a 2-year period of limited representation. He expressed optimism about the potential for enhanced diplomatic and trade relations between Nigeria and Sierra Leone under the Ambassador Ogumude's leadership. As Ambassador Ogumude embarks on her new role, both the Nigeria community and diplomatic circles are optimistic about the future of Nigeria-Sierra Leone relations. With a focus on collaboration, mutual respect, and shared goals, The new ambassador is poised to make a robust impact in strengthening the bonds between the two nations. SLBC News, Abdul Mansari reporting.
And it's our time for the international news.
This is the international news, and I am Cecilia Alice Cisse. Israeli forces have carried out new strikes in southern Lebanon, state media say, despite renewed criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump of Israel's actions in the country. Trump said Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu needed to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon. Speaking at the G7 summit, he also said that Israel had been fighting Hezbollah for too long and too many people are being killed. Both Israel and Hezbollah have carried out attacks against each other since the US-Iran agreement was announced. Iran's foreign minister, Abbas, has warned that it would view any Israeli attack on Lebanon or continued Israeli military presence in Lebanese city as a violation of the interim agreement with the US. Now, both sides were expected to sign the deal on Friday in the Swiss resort of Bürgenstock. Away from that, Equatorial Guinea's government has resigned after failing to meet the objectives. The Prime Minister had presented the resignation of all members of the government because it had barely reached 10% of its target. He did not specify the target, but a statement by the ruling party said the president had observed that the government fostered corruption and failed to diversify the economy. The vice president said the resignation was in line with the principle that responsibility in public management must be accompanied by results. Equatorial Guinea's economy is heavily reliant on petroleum, with oil and gas accounting for most of its exports and revenues. Now, in spite of its oil wealth, much of its 1.8 million population has not benefited as poverty remains rampant. And Tunisian authorities repatriated nearly 100 migrants from sub-Saharan Africa under a so-called voluntary return initiative that has involved almost 5,000 people over the past year. He said the government initiative takes into account humanitarian and social aspects alongside judicial and security constraints. Rights groups had in 2023 reported that an estimated 25,000 migrants had gathered in camps in that region on
This is the SLBC, and here is a public notice. This is a public notice.
ECOWAS leaders have called for renewed unity, democratic governance, and deeper regional integration. The call was made during the opening of the 7th retreat of the ECOWAS Permanent Representatives Committee in Cotonou, Benin. Sierra Leone's press attaché in Nigeria, Sheku Tanga, sent in this report read in the studio by Christiana Kamara.
The three-day retreat brought together permanent representatives, commissioners, and regional stakeholders to discuss the future of the regional bloc amid political, security, and economic challenges confronting West Africa. Sierra Leone's High Commissioner to Nigeria, who is also chair of the committee, Dr. Julius Sandi, said member states must take bold steps to strengthen democracy, peace, and security across the sub-region. He also said member states need to move beyond routine approaches and embrace bold and practical reforms that respond directly to the needs of citizens. Dr. Sandi emphasized that ECOWAS must remain firmly committed to democratic governance, peace, and security, adding that safeguarding constitutional order requires sustained collective action by all member states. He urged countries to uphold constitutional order and work collectively to preserve the gains of regional integration. The Vice President of the Commission reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to a stronger and more responsive ECOWAS. She spoke about the need for dialogue and cooperation in addressing regional challenges and maintaining stability. She told delegates that the future of West Africa depends on unity, strategic foresight, and sustained cooperation. Meanwhile, ECOWAS Commission for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Dr. Abdel Fatou Moussa, outlined a proposed compact for the future of regional integration, which seeks to strengthen democratic governance, economic transformation, and sustainable development across West Africa. Dr. Moussa also identified sustainable financing as a key challenge facing the community, noting that predictable and adequate funding is essential for the effective implementation of ECOWAS programs and reforms. The retreat was to generate recommendations that will contribute to ongoing reforms and help shape the future direction of ECOWAS as the regional body marks its 50th anniversary.
It's now time for the entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News with me, Slamat Baba Toure. In this edition of Entertainment News, we are going to give you a rundown of the SLBC's 16th anniversary celebration. Now, it's 16 years from SLBS to SLBC. Your voice, my voice. Yes, it's been 16 years since the transition from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service to the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. And, after hard work, after, interviews, hosting guests to talk about issues around the country in entertaining, informing, and educating people, the SLBC staff, management, and board decided to, celebrate the 16th year in a grand way. They had a get-together, volleyball, music, miming. Of course, they had dancing competition, eating race, and a host of other entertaining activities. We have insight for you guys because you were not here to celebrate with us, but you can watch it and enjoy. Let's see how it went.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. You are greatest, you are only one. Walked upon the sea and raised the dead.
We celebrate 16 years of existence, the transition. Well, this is all we have for you in this edition of Entertainment News. I've been your presenter, Sulaiman Babatume. Thanks for watching and keep watching the SLBC.
Today is that tomorrow we talked about yesterday. It's the sporting update that keeps you in the know. And by the way, my name is Abdul Kabir, and thank you so much for your time. Now, in a brilliant football initiative aimed at enhancing the power of football and reconnecting the memories of yesteryears, the Mornington Football Veterans Association has ended the 2026 veteran competition, where Liverpool Ninja defeated Aberdeen 3-2 on penalty to secure the all-important milestone. Here is the update.
It's not easy for us because the competition will not get no sponsor in the competition, and the money where the team they register, then we take for the trophy for the champions and the owners.
How will you assess this one to the previous competition?
Well, this the previous competition. This one also we get some. As I say, this one also we register 20 teams, rather than the 16 teams. And the more teams we get, I think the more challenges we face. But this competition we also fine because we get veterans there. We don't play with the young and so talented veterans there.
So what's another time for achieving?
At the end of the day, for we community together and see our best we said for impact back and commit for give back. As soon as I can see this time, so it's got for yourself best. The money we raise for develop the field as well. And help the young women back for the society.
Thank you so much. Now in the international scene, we flip our attention to the 2026 FIFA Men's Football World Cup, while the Black Stars of Ghana picked up a spectacular win against Panama. Caleb with that wonderful finish. The assist from Ashanti and also the DR Congo had an opportunity to secure their first ever World Cup goal when he played against Portugal. The 2026 FIFA Men's Football World Cup is already shaping up to be a fascinating tournament for African teams. In Group L, Ghana kicked off with a winning start by beating Panama 1-0, and all thanks to a late strike from Caleb Yenkiri. England also impressed with a 4-2 victory over Croatia. Elsewhere in Group K, Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo battled to a 1-1 draw, a historic moment as DR Congo scored their first ever World Cup goal. Cote d'Ivoire joined Ghana in celebrating African success with Amad Diallo's last-minute goal over Ecuador. Colombia began their campaign strongly, defeating Uzbekistan 3-1, and a late strike from key players secured that moment for them. Now, the only two winning goals scored in the 90th minute or later this World Cup have both delivered 1-0 victories for African nations, Yenkiri for Ghana and Diallo for Cote d'Ivoire. And that ends your update, and thank you so much for your time. Till I see you again, goodbye.
Many thanks, Abdul Kabir. With that, we wrap the news. But before we go, here is a recap of the main points. ECOWAS leaders have called for renewed unity, democratic governance, and deeper regional integration. The call was made during the opening of the 7th retreat of the ECOWAS Permanent Representatives Committee in Benin. The Deputy Inspector General of Police, DIGP, AIG Sir Yomba Senesi, has said that the new blood bank and dental clinic was part of the ongoing transformation in the Sierra Leone place, noting that the facility would serve both the police and community. He made the statements during the commissioning of the new facility at the police hospital in Kington. And Ministry of Employment, Labour and Social Security has summoned Malado Travel Agency on allegation of taking Sierra Leoneans to Qatar in the name of seeking employment for them. That is all we can share with you on this afternoon's broadcast. I am Aminata Fofana. Goodbye.